All right, welcome everybody to, I think we're up to session 19 of Living Force here. So, recapping last time, you guys had, you had just came off the investigation on Karaman, trying to go after the this virus that affected the Karaites. You figured out what was going on. The believers were basically trying to spread that on the planet itself, and also cause some other catastrophic events through disrupting the fault lines of the planet itself as well. And you were able to take care of that, and then after many thanks from the crew, from the Karaites and locals, you headed back to Kularin's system to just maybe relax for a little bit. Lan had received a message from a gentleman that had a job, an acquisitions job. Must have gotten a hold of a business card along the way somewhere, and said, "Hey, give this guy a try." So, meatballs in tow, you had a meeting with him, Drago, at Raboga's barge there on Janaris, or one of the floating cities of Janaris. And Drago filled you in with the little bit of details he was able to share. Basically, that his client, who wanted to remain anonymous initially, was requesting that you all find this feline type creature, this bounty. The name was Killer, which was a little, what you will, and they were offering 5,000 credits as the initial bounty, but potential bonus depending on efficiency and whatnot. But of course, no harm could be done to this bounty, and it absolutely had to be brought in alive. You guys were told that the last known location was on the resort moon of Almas, Dorumma, which you guys have been before. So there's the Green Tree Resort. Green Tree Point is one of the main resorts there that you can go and visit. And yeah, that was the last known location of this target. So that's about where we left off. I think if there's anything else you guys wanted to do, actually, we did not do this over the week, but I know you guys wanted to do some shopping. So um, I didn't prompt that in chat. My bad. But if there was anything, if you guys had any of that stuff that you were looking for, ready to go.
Right. I wanted to see if they had a mod.
Okay.
Um, can go to somebody else while I'm trying to figure it out. I have to remember what exactly it was. Some sort of light weapon modification.
You said premium modifications were
Yeah, there's
available?
some premiums available. Standards for sure.
Okay.
I forget. I forget somebody. Had given you a contact basically to
Yeah,
talk with.
Delnay or whatever said
That's right.
do some people.
Yep. And resources.
Okay, yeah, I found what I was looking for. The Kunda crystal.
All right. So, Valen, you for something like that, I would say that probably resources around the academy would be more appropriate than your everyday weapons vendor and whatnot. But
Okay.
surely something you can ask about and see if someone can help you. That's definitely not out of the realm of possibility. But you are able to, so you can pull this. I will say I'll let you do an investigation check if you like to try and seek out the best person that can help you out with locating that.
Okay, investigation. Oh,
All right. So you're able to find somebody that can help you out with that. One of the fellow Jedi Masters, but says that unfortunately, it's these specific modifications are a bit rare, especially given the climate of the galaxy. But if you have the resources for them, he'd be willing to provide that. So give me a. This was a premium item.
it is a premium. Yeah,
Okay.
premium mod.
All right. Give me 2d8 at advantage.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if you can do that on the dice roller.
Let's take a look.
Never seen it.
You'd have to type it in. It looks like
Oh.
you could do the keep highest one, but
Oh, right. Yeah. I didn't think
yeah,
about
I was just trying. There's not a button on there to do like advantage, disadvantage. So
A big difference, 13 and 4.
but,
yeah, I thought there might be in the pull down menu, but
yeah, unfortunately. So the master tells you that unfortunately, with the rarity of these items, the in cost obviously for the academy are a weird thing. It's not always necessarily straight credits that are exchanged, but whether it's through other goods, services, trades, or work or things like that. But the value on this item is 5,000 credits.
yikes. All right. Well, better go find us a kitty cat. Help pay for this.
Says young Valen, I will certainly hold on to this, as I do see you have an eye for it, and I believe that it would help one like yourself out very much. So if there's something we can do to accommodate, we'll certainly do so.
Thank you, Master.
Sorry,
Nope.
I was just gonna ask, how much was it?
5,000.
Oh. Oh, Krellin could help. I've been saving money the entire campaign. I've got a lot of credits.
We could deal with that later if
All
we
right.
wanted to. I think it'll still take time to. Does it take a week to put
No,
a mod
I
in?
don't think so. Nope.
Okay.
No.
Yeah. We could do that
Um,
for later, though.
anyone else?
Dak was interested in the +1 targeting mod and the +1 barrel for his blaster.
Okay. All right, both premium items.
Yeah.
Okay. So give me a. Well, you find this this contact that Delnay mentioned, and he looks around, rummages around, and says, "Yeah, I think I might have a few of those." So give me a Dak. Give me a persuasion check. Oh, all right.
Oh,
Dak is feeling very smooth and persuasive today with the haggling, and shopkeeper just or this vendor just enjoys your company, and you
I'm
seem
the,
like a
the
right
hero,
nice fellow.
the hero of Caramon. Perhaps you've heard of me.
No, I haven't. Caramon. What is Caramon?
That's the name of the planet, right?
It is, yeah.
Okay, so
But-
maybe I totally got that wrong. I thought that's what it was called.
It's a spice you put on your nerf steak.
but it is like it is. Someone might know of it because of the Karaites, but beyond that, maybe not. Like they could probably put it together, but it's a very secluded planet. Something that you guys would have kind of knew from travel out there, but he says anyway. He says, well, I can find a couple of these. What you're looking for. So go ahead and roll. Roll me 2d8, and I'll go disadvantage. Keeping the lowest, I guess. Alrighty, so. Says, I usually let these go for about 3,700 a piece. Especially, in this time of war, these are pretty sought after. I can come down a little bit, even 7,000 for the pair.
See what I have here. Yeah, I'll do that.
Excellent. He hands those over.
I guess as an arms tech sort of person, does Dak feel like that's a good deal?
The prices were a hair. The standard price was a hair above average. So yeah, I would say given the climate, you'd say it's reasonable.
Okay.
Yeah, reasonable enough. It's about it's maybe 1,000 credits over average.
Okay, I can live with that. It's a time of war, right?
Yep. Okay, Krellin or Lan?
Krellin was just going to look for an electro baton and fiber armor, which
that stuff definitely easy to find. Those are pretty much standard equipment. Yeah, so.
And they'd cost 1,100 together. I don't know if that would just be the going rate here. Or...
Yeah, yep, baseline on that stuff.
All right, perfect.
Easy enough there. And Mr. Joltz, is there anything you were looking for?
You know what? Lan is, I think he's pretty good. I think he's well stocked. So no, he's ready to go.
All right.
Ooh, sunshades. Those are 20 credits. Managed to buy some shades.
Are sunshades sunglasses, or is it the hat?
No, they're sunglasses.
Oh, okay. What's the pointy hat? Isn't there? I thought we put one in.
I was just scrolling through the adventuring gear. I never noticed sunshades before.
Buying a bunch of shit you don't need. I'm flush with credits right now, baby.
The weapon hat thing? Is that what you're talking about?
That might have been it. The war hat.
Yeah, I think it's called the war hat.
Whatever that little, I don't know.
That'd be pretty funny.
Rice farming villager hat, whatever that is. Thing's awesome.
I think it was supposed to be the Embo hat or whatever from Clone Wars.
Embo hat.
Well, there was I don't know how to Kruk, the whipped dude has one like that, I think too.
Alrighty. Anything else you guys want to do before you head out?
You know what? Is there anywhere anybody selling macro binoculars anywhere around here? In case the target's really far away.
Didn't we get some?
You actually you don't have. You have night vision. It was night vision goggles or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean that would be easy enough to find from this vendor even as well. So yeah, you can pick up a pair of those.
I'll get those.
if nothing else, then you guys gather your things, get ready to head out. Valen, would you have been back at the academy, you think? You probably made your way back that way.
Well, I guess what were we doing right after we heard about this bounty?
So you guys were all on what's the city you guys hang out on? Not Genarius itself. I forget. Toliabiqua, I think, is the main one, where Raboga's barge is. So it was basically that, and then yeah, you got your job, and then whatever you did from there. So
Because I think he probably could have figured out via holocom about the price of the
okay, yeah, that
the mod.
makes sense.
Just no point in flying all the way back there just to get told, yeah, sorry, kid.
Right. I mean, you could have though, but I mean, the moon is obviously off of Elmas.
I just
as
didn't know
well.
how soon.
Yeah.
It's kind of, and it's for me, it's just one of those. If I see it, great. If it's there, awesome.
Right.
If not, we got shit to do.
All right. So you guys head towards. If nothing else,
I did
pile
want to
in.
change one
Yeah.
thing in the personal translator. So if there's some sort of computer or data pad that I can hook up to that has languages in it, wanted to switch out. See which one it was. Gonna switch out the Bothies
Okay.
for Tagoris, just in
Okay.
the off chance that's the kitty cat we're looking for.
And someone hasn't mistaken a Bothan for a cat-like figure. Okay, I got it. Aren't
Aren't they like horses or dogs or something?
Yeah, they actually probably are closer to like a horse type, I would say.
What if it's someone like wearing like a cat costume or something? Maybe they're at like a costume party and they just happen to kill some people.
There's not a check for that. It just probably says time, Valen,
For what?
for you changing your language.
Oh, languages can be changed out while interfaced with a protocol droid or appropriate computer. So
Okay.
it's like updating your iPod.
Yeah.
It's
All
like
right,
nothing.
cool.
So
Yeah, so you're definitely able to do that
okay.
on the way out. So
And that's it. I think we have everything else. I do, at least.
yeah, all righty. So yeah, pile into the Spry Hunter and head out towards Almas, to the moon of Dorumma. Dak, you guys do have to head through the asteroid field, of course, the belt, to get to Almas. Something Valen knows he has to deal with often when he heads back to the academy. So Dak, give me a piloting check as you head out that way.
The asteroid belt. It's our favorite.
Very nice. So this has become routine. You guys have spent plenty of time out here, and you'll focus in as much as you can to avoid having to stay any more time out here than you do. So your trip out is basically routine, and after a good few hours, you eventually get to Dorumma. Come down, and you're able to land there at one of the receiving docking ports, and you've arrived. You're kind of outside of the main resort area, but you can head in that way. Green Tree Point is one of the main resorts there. That is the last known location of your target. It is a waterside resort with some of the many oceans waters that cover the planet, or sorry, the moon, and long beach fronts with many of the vacationers and whatnot there on holiday that are enjoying themselves out in the sun and everything else. There's lots of great restaurants. There's casinos with some gambling and whatnot, live entertainment, all sorts of good fun for anyone here visiting the resort.
So what sort of cat species are we aware of just by default? Like, I assume there would be a generic amount of species that we'll all recognize no matter what. And then some that you might not have unless you've gone to their planet. especially if they're like a non-nomadic species. Or...
Yeah, everyone can give me a lore check on that. Land's rolling privately.
Whoops.
He doesn't want us to know.
Is that you're 15? I think you rolled.
Yeah.
Or what was it? Do you have a modifier on that?
Yeah, I have a plus 6 on it on lore.
21. Okay, nice. Um, all right, so all pretty good. You guys definitely would be familiar with a larger portion of the um, feline type species of the galaxy, including the Cathar, Zagirian, Togorian, to name some of the main ones that you'd be familiar with.
Okay. It's like, well, guess we should start looking for kitty cats. It's like, but this doesn't seem like a place a guy named Killer would hang out, right?
And
It's
it
not.
depends what he's looking to kill. Maybe he's an assassin here to kill some rich person on holiday.
There's not a scratching post in sight, though. Can't
From
be him.
your previous visits, the resorts definitely cater to all sorts. There's definitely the more opulent, higher up type crowd and whatnot, but you also get kind of that family groups as well that tend to come out, and there's definitely the specific parts of the resorts that cater to the different social classes and whatnot. Yeah. Initially, you guys can just kind of do some general investigation and whatnot, some carousing about to see, if you can pick up on anything, or would you guys be, checking in? Are you just going to go right about your investigation?
I think Valen, this is kind of not his area of expertise at all, so he's just gonna stick close to Lan and just kind of pay attention to what he does, follow his lead.
You all would also likely remember Eltar Miskin, who is basically the concierge here at Green Tree Point.
Oh, sorry, because we stayed here once, right? After
Yeah, I forget why, but you were basically given
I
like a
think, yeah, I
paid
think
vacation as a reward or something.
I feel like we had to meet the militia here or something after a job, and they said we could rest and recuperate or something for a few days.
Yeah.
Well, if we can stay here for free, I don't see why we wouldn't check in. I mean, maybe we'll wrap this job up real fast and have a nice breakfast buffet the next day.
Well, I'm not sure if they're going to let us stay free again, Lane. That may have been a one-time offer when we were here last time, but
You could charm them, Dak. You could charm the teeth off a rancor. I'm sure you could get us another free stay.
I'll do my best. But how do you want to approach this? A little more subtle, ask around a little bit, or just come right out and say we're looking for this guy?
Well, subtle's not usually my sort of style, but we certainly can't walk around the resort asking for a cat named Killer. So I think we should lay low, at least to start with, see what we can find out, just scoping the place out quiet.
Yeah, I agree. Probably also should. Let's see. You said, well, we say we know the concierge, but I guess we could start there. Although, depending on their level of discretion, they may not be too willing just give information out about their guests.
Well, we know Eltar, so I'm sure it'll be fine. Eltar will help us out.
All right, I say we start there, and then after that we can figure out where we want to go next.
Valen's just gonna say, "I like that plan." He'll touch Lan on the shoulder and give him guidance.
Thank
All
you
right,
kindly.
You guys head into the resort to kind of the front lobby welcoming area. There are a couple guest attendants there at the desk, and one of them looks up to you all, and says, "Welcome, gentlemen. Welcome to Green Tree Point. What can I help you with?"
I assume this isn't.
It is not. These are just kind of just too
Okay.
generic. Yeah.
You said it was Itar, right?
Eltar.
Eltar. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, we were here. I don't know how long ago it would have been. About a month ago. Really enjoyed the stay. Met a wonderful individual by the name of Eltar. Is he in?
Mr. Miskin. Yes, I believe he's making some preparations for some of our other guests, but let me see if I can contact him. And you see they kind of turn to a holocom device and call over, and there's a little bit of a one-sided conversation, and then they when they close the call, come back to you and say, yes, I've let him know that you request his presence, and he said he can be up here very shortly.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate the quick service.
Absolutely. Would you be checking in or just visiting for the day?
Just visiting for the day for now, but you never know how it might turn out. Perhaps we'll stay overnight.
And a few more moments go by, and you see the familiar human male. Eltar arrives, and he's just dressed up fancily, and you see that he just comes up, and he has just a standard expression of ready to greet guests, and then there's that quick recognition of who you all are, and says, hello, friends, welcome. It is great to see you again here on Dorumma. What do we owe the pleasure?
I'll
Well,
recast guidance and tell him, Lan.
Well, we're looking for a particular individual. Don't have much to go on. This is someone of the feline persuasion. Goes by the name of Killer, which I am hoping fervently is ironic. Do you happen to know anybody matching that description?
There's a little bit of a twitch in his expression when you mention that, and I would say that Eltar, it's his business to know his guests, and I think he knows enough about you four and maybe your reputation and whatnot that I think he's putting the pieces together. And he says, "Is Mr. Jolt? Is there who is this person you're after? Is there a problem?"
Well, hopefully not. I am optimistic that this killer can be persuaded to come quietly and peacefully with us, without any violence being enacted on these premises. But if a kinetic situation were to arise, I would make sure that you are safe.
You can see the concern wash over his face more and more. He says, "Well, we don't ever deal with that sort of thing here. This is quite unfortunate. Well, you said a feline species."
That's correct.
Well, I feel like I've seen a few. I mean, we do get a lot of guests in and out though, so I'm sorry I can't specifically say whether one specific individual like that, where they are, but I'll keep an eye out and I'll definitely let you know. I would check, of course, though, our popular areas, including the casinos, our aqua restaurants, would be places to check that out, or just, you have my blessing to talk with some of the other guests on the grounds. If any of them kind of give you any gruff, just let them know that I allowed your presence and whatnot, and just try to be cordial in your investigations. But yes, hopefully we can take care of the situation. It certainly sounds alarming.
He does have some tan and red markings. I don't know if that would be enough to distinguish him. That
I
certainly would
thought there
stand
was
out to
I thought
me.
there was some kind of physical description. I was like, otherwise this is gonna be really, really difficult.
I just wrote down tan and red, and I didn't put down what, so I'm pretty sure that was what that was. So
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry. Lan also has written that down in whatever the Star Wars equivalent of a pen is on his forearm. Just kind of looks at it.
Well, I'll keep that in mind and keep an eye out. And I'll notify our grounds crew and whatnot to keep an eye out as well.
I thank you kindly for that. I certainly hope that you can find this individual and we can bring them to justice together without any bloodshed.
Oh, yes, definitely. So, is anything else that I can do for you all while you look into this?
Hey, you got any more of them hors d'oeuvres that you had the last time we were here? Some kind of poached egg contraption. Well, if you don't have them, it's fine. We can eat them after the job. But
well, if you get around to looking for a meal, head to the Aqua restaurants and just let them know that I've got a special order for you guys, or a table. I will put in a reservation, and they can make arrangements to accommodate you.
thank you. And on the subject of food, I imagine a feline killer might have a particular diet. So if you happen to know any rooms that are receiving a very high protein room service, that may be a clue.
Give me a break. Break me off a piece of that fancy feast.
he could be
Certainly,
down for peanut
I
butter.
will keep an eye on that. He once he feels that he's done all he can, and you guys have kind of informed him of the situation, he hurriedly heads off. Seems like definitely raised some alarm in him, and you wonder if your phrasing maybe didn't help there a couple times, as while you intended to mention the name of the person, killer, sometimes it sounded like you were saying that there was just a killer on the loose in the resort. And so Eltar definitely seems concerned about that. But yeah, you are now left to your own, and there are guests all over the place. He mentioned a few things, of course, the casino, the restaurant, and things like that. But you can also mingle around. So if you guys want to investigate some of the patrons and the visitors of the resort, you can do that.
I think Valen wants to use the force to kind of enhance his sense initially, using guidance on myself, and just
Okay.
take a look around and just scan and see if there's any particular area where we see any cat-like species of any kind, just to start our focus there.
Okay. Are you going anyway? Like right now, you guys are in the resort welcome lobby. You can go, maybe go outside. You can go to the beachfront where there's a bunch of
Oh, I
beachgoers
see,
and things
yeah.
like that. Otherwise, like if you're specifically trying to do something like that, it'd be a little bit of a perception based, you'd have to specifically be somewhere. Otherwise, you guys can, investigation, persuasion to talk to people, or survival, or if you're feeling a certain way, maybe try and intimidate some people to give you some information.
All right. Well, if we're gonna track down this killer, our best bet might be a little bit of divide and conquer at this point. See if we can gather some information about the lay of the land here. Land probably best if you leave the casino to me. Don't want you to get too tempted and lose sight of the objective here. So I'll head to the casino and do what I do best, and start making some conversation. See if I can make some friends there.
I think that would be best as well. I'll use some of my patented tracking techniques to try to find our quarry.
And Land pulls up the hotel directory and starts just looking for places cats might be.
Phone book.
Yeah.
Dak will head to the casino and do some persuasioning. And,
Okay. Give me
see
Dak, give me a persuasion check. You tagging along with somebody, Valen?
I was just gonna see what were our options again. There was the casino. There was is it like a swimming area, rec area?
There's like the beachfront.
Beachfront. Okay.
Yep, beachfront, and then there's the restaurant as well.
The restaurant. Yeah.
All right, so Dak, as you go and just kind of mingle among the many patrons here, amongst the many bright lights and sounds of the casino, many slot machines going off, just the buzz of the crowd around the card tables and whatnot. You go and talk with a few people here and there, and you get a little bit of information here and there. A lot of people are just saying, "Yeah, I don't know. I'm sorry, I can't really help you." But you do get, one person that does say, I've seen. I saw somebody. I think they're a Cathar, but they were around here in the casino somewhere. I seen them at the gambling tables. That was a bit ago though, so I couldn't tell you.
Do you like today at some point, or was this yesterday you saw this person?
It was a little bit earlier today. Yeah.
Okay. I'll appreciate the information. I'll keep an eye out as I continue around here.
All right. Are you going to do any gambling yourself while you were here?
Yeah, that's the best way to try to make friends with the dealers and the whatnot people that work there.
So you got some good old card games, or the slot machines also blink brightly. Well,
Dak enjoys his sabak, his
okay.
proficiency in sabak, so he will he'll play that if they have it.
Krellin would join him if possible.
Oh yes, Krellin.
Yes.
Certainly.
He's just been standing behind your shoulder creepily this whole time.
All right, over to Lan, who's just kind of looking around. You get a layout of the resort. You see that there is, the few places that Eltar already mentioned. Of course, you got the beachfront property, which is going to be one of the main popular places here. Dorumma often shows off some great weather and whatnot for people to just hang out on the beaches. Otherwise, the casino area is a large attraction. There's live entertainment there. There are, a few large bars and whatnot that people hang out at. And then, the restaurant, the Aqua restaurant, which is a cool experience. It essentially takes you down below the surface of the water in these massive, heavy plasteel type clear wall domes for you to enjoy your meal underneath the waters. And something that is newer is there's a large, very massive plot of land, a wilderness type land off quite a bit of ways from the resort, but you see it labeled as safari hunt.
Lan turns to Valen and says,
How do you feel about going on a safari?
Yeah, I don't mind. Sounds kind of fun. We're not killing anything, are we? I
No,
don't
we,
really
we
want to
got to
kill
bring
anything.
this one in alive. So
Oh, okay.
if I happen to get a little bit too enthusiastic with my rifle, I may need your healing abilities.
Well, now they said they didn't want us to hurt them, right? Does that mean we can't do anything to them? Or did they mean don't hurt them? As in, they still need to have all their limbs and their digits and everything when they get back.
Well, in my line of work, sometimes the client doesn't always get exactly what they asked for. But as long as we stick with the contract made, bringing in the target alive and
Lan does some air quotes and says,
unharmed, then we should be all right.
Is this something you want to tackle now? You think we should maybe wait for the others? This guy, if he is, I mean, it could be just a joke name, but if it's not a joke name, I'd rather have 4 of us going up against him than 2. Especially since he's probably going to kill me first. You're long range. You can run and hide. He will gut me.
Well, see, well, I don't think it's going to come to that. I'm hoping that we can do some reconnaissance and just calm into our allies. Hopefully, they will not be too engrossed in cards and will be able to answer their comm links.
You really are a gambling man, aren't you, Lan?
That is
All right.
correct.
I'll do some recon with you, as long as it's only recon. And
Of course.
Valen's going to cast Battle Precognition on himself as quietly as possible.
Lan pulls his shiny new macro binoculars out of the box and looks excited like a kid ready to try out a new toy.
All right, so you guys heading over to the you're looking to get more information on the hunt, the safari hunt.
Yeah, is there like a guide that Lan can accost
Like a
for
brochure.
information?
So you could, yeah, I mean, you could ask just, the front desk there. I'll get some
Okay.
information.
There's
one
not
of
like a
those,
safari guide NPC.
I think they should have one of those like one of those shelves, all the different brochures. The
Yeah,
different
right.
attractions
Yeah.
that you're
Location,
like,
mystery
ooh,
spot.
safari hunt. Ooh, the water park. What's that about?
Yeah, what's who's is there a safari billet that I can grab?
Nope, it's you would just go, talk to the basically
Okay.
guest attendants at the front. So
Yeah, I'll go to the front desk.
yeah, so you head up and just the female behind the desk greets you, says, "Hello, welcome. What can I help you with?"
Well, my comrade here and I would like to engage in a safari. What can you tell me about your fine grounds?
Oh yes, excellent. It's a newer thing that we've brought in. We get many guests that come in and enjoy the thrill of the hunt, and we've found a way to provide that for them. We bring in these predatorial animals that people go out and are able to go on these hunts in the wilderness there. We have all manner of beasts. They kind of tend to stick in their certain areas. Is there any certain animal you'd be looking to go after? We have everything from kind of a reptilian type based animals. We have some ferocious jungle cats and things like tusk cats, or Corellian panthers. It just depends on what you're after.
Lan is trying to put himself in the mind of in the feline mind. So he says,
Do you have any particularly colorful birds?
She says, well, yes, we do have a bit of an, aviation section that, would cater to that, I believe. Yeah, we could set you up. So, would you be interested in going out on one of the hunts?
Actually, I'm more interested on this trip in doing a bit of bird watching. So I'm looking for a nice high vantage point where I can see as much of the park as possible and take my binoculars out and just look at some of your birds and their fine plumage.
I understand. Unfortunately, it's just not really just for matters of safety. We don't allow, just spectators and whatnot. We limit the number of people that go out. They do go out with a guide, and then all other edges of the area, are off limits, just to make sure there's no incidents, if you will.
I understand. On that note, would when was the last time you had such an incident? Have you had any guests
We
going
have
out?
not, no, luckily, but we always want to be cautious and make sure there's, to think ahead, be proactive.
That is very wise.
I have a question.
Yes.
These hunts, are we competing with the other guests, or is this kind of for your own self competition?
Yes, it's
taking down the biggest bad?
individual sport. Depending, we can accommodate 2 to 3 hunters at a time. The area is split up enough that we can allow that, but it's generally about 2 at a time at most. And they go out to hunt their different, the different prize that they're after.
Oh. And one last question. You don't happen to have an acklay here, do you?
I'm sorry?
An acklay?
Oh, no, we don't have any of those. We actually do get requests, but they're a bit tough to transport.
Yeah, okay. Well, that's good. I don't feel too uncomfortable then, being down on the ground. I had a bad encounter with one. You can kind of see I'm a little nervous
Oh,
about being around another one, so that's good. It's like, well, Lan, what do you think?
I think that we should go out on this safari and hunt the biggest game that you have. Some kind of great challenge.
as well, we could certainly set you up with that. You guys can go out as a pair. That's certainly doable. If you go out as a pair, you would count as one group going out onto the ground, so that's certainly allowable. It is 2,000 credits per person to go out on the hunt.
That is ridiculous. I will not be hunting today. Good day to you.
and Lan turns heel and pulls out his comlink to hail Dak and Krellin to tell them about the ridiculous cost of the safari here.
Just out of character, that it was muted, but I got a really good laugh out of that. This whole interaction with Lan's been comedic gold.
It has actually. Yeah, Lan. Well, you guys all have your inspirations. I'll give you a second one, Lan. So you're at 2. That's your max right now.
Nice.
So
Thank you.
I need to get something to remind in Foundry. So, all right.
Dak will get the comm link call from Lan, and I guess after he's explained this safari hunt in the 2,000 credits, and Dak say, but that's great, Lan. But what does this have to do with killer? Did you ask about any feline species, or just looking for activities to do while we're here?
Well, at first, I have to be honest, I was mostly interested in the activities, but I did get around to asking about our quarry, and this if I were a cat named Killer, I would be particularly interested in demonstrating my skills in the hunt. They have some big cats here if you want to do some cat on cat hunting. They have colorful birds. I mean, this seems like the place to be.
Why don't while Krellin and I are here at the casino, we did get a lead that somebody matching the description of Killer might have been here a little bit earlier today. We're gonna keep looking around here though, just to confirm. Why don't you find out if they have any other hunters out on the safari or signed up to go out there anytime soon, and maybe that'll help track down if they're on it.
Just to clarify there, you didn't ask about the description. Did you say you? Yeah, I just want to make sure you didn't see. Did you say that you saw someone that matched the description?
No, I thought the person said that.
Just saw Cathar.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I just want to make sure that there's not some confusion brought up. That basically the person you talked to just said you've seen basically a feline species, a Cathar, but as far as
they didn't indicate whether
they tan or blue or whatever.
anything.
Yeah, yep, that
Okay.
right.
Okay.
Yeah, just make sure there wasn't so.
So I would suggest that one thing we might be able to do is organize a trip with because they want people going out in pairs. So I thought we could, once you're done with the casino, we could circle back here if we don't find anything anywhere else, and we can sign up as 2 teams. And in the meantime, we should have time to check out the beach and the restaurant, see if we can avoid paying this
And Lan says kind of loudly so that the person at the desk can hear,
this ridiculous 2,000 credit fee, if it can be avoided.
All right. Krellin and I will continue looking around here for a bit more, and then we'll regroup with you guys shortly.
Sounds good. Talk to you later, Dak.
All right. So the loud sounds of the casino are in the background of the call, and you hang up, and Krellin and Dak, you go and find a table. There's a couple other gamblers there already that give you a nod as you come to sit down to join and play a game of cards with the rest of them. So there's a Rhodian dealer here who a female Rhodian is dealing out, welcomes you to the table and says, "Welcome, gentlemen. Buy-in is 25 credits per round."
All right. Sounds reasonable.
All right. And good luck, everybody. The other 2 figures there, a human male there with you, and then a Twi'lek, human Twi'lek, male Twi'lek, I should say, as well. Just dressed averagely, nothing special, anything like that. Just kind of hunched over to the table playing their cards. So go ahead, guys, and if you remember your gambling die. So we did change this. I'm going to add wisdom, but I don't think either of you guys would utilize that. So I think Dak, you are at a D8. And Krellin, you are also at a D8, going off your best abilities for this. And then you both would add your proficiency, so +3 on these rolls for that. So first round of cards are dealt and whatnot. And the other patrons join in as well. Second. All right, so you guys can go ahead and roll that up.
So just 1d8 plus 3.
Yes. Syntax error. Is it? It's /R, isn't it?
Yeah, did you put a space after the R?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Can I not label it? Yeah, I can't. I guess I can't label it. I have to figure out. I'm sure there's a way I can do that. And then. Okay. All right. So first round of gambling goes around. Seems that initially everyone's just into the game and whatnot, and at the end of the round, the Rhodian dealer begins to do the payouts. So it looks like Krellin, you are the big winner, and taking from the human. 5 times 25, so 125 credits you win,
Okay.
minus your, so a net 100. And then Dak, you unfortunately, you're close, but you lose out 25 credits you owe to the Twi'lek. So the Rhodian begins to shuffle and prepare to deal again. Antizin, gentlemen, asking for another credits for the next round. During this next round, the Twi'lek kind of chimes in, just says, it looks over to you, Krellin. Says, "Not bad. Play cards often."
No, not really. Maybe once every 2 or 3 years.
Oh, so a master of luck, perhaps.
Krellin sort of just looks up and thinks to like the 30 times that he's gotten knocked unconscious in like the past like few weeks alone, and he's like, you could say that.
The human that's there as well kind of chimes into the banter and says, "So what brings you to Dorumma?"
Well, it's a lovely vacation spot. I figured I'd come check it out. Been here once before, only for a short week. Enjoyed it, so I came back.
Absolutely. And you? Turns to you, Dak.
Oh, just here for a little bit of gambling, a little bit of rest and relaxation. Also looking for a friend of ours, a Cathar. Heard he might have been here a little bit earlier. Have you seen any Cathars or feline type species around?
Cathar.
Now the guy that told us he saw him was a bit drunk, so may have got him confused. But some of those feline cat species are similar in appearance.
Give me a persuasion check, please.
I keep forgetting I don't have to actually open up my character sheet for this. I can do it from the quick.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you totally can, eh?
So he says, yeah, I don't think I've seen, I couldn't even be sure that I know what a Cathar is, to be honest, but I saw a pair of feline-like species. I know there's a few of them, but yeah, we were Tiff and I, and he says Tiff and motions to the Twi'lek. Says Tiff and I were getting leaving dinner from the Aqua restaurant, and looked like there was a pair of cat-looking folks making reservations themselves.
Oh, was that recently? like today?
Yeah, we were heading out for lunch, and they were there. I think I just overheard them mention dinner, but we were on our way out.
Oh, well, I appreciate that. We were thinking about going there for dinner ourselves here in a bit. I heard it was a good place. Any recommendations?
Oh yes, grab those little I forget what it's called, some little egg type concoction.
Ah, yes. Friend of ours likes those as well. Definitely have to order some of those.
Absolutely. The cards get dealt out, and you begin the next round. So if you're doing a manual roll, you can put a pound sign for all you young folks, a hashtag, and then put in the text, and that'll. So like on my roll, I have that where it says human.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. So then this one will come out and be tagged as Twi'lek, just to help identify those roles. So yeah, you guys could probably actually like do a custom skill or ability or something too. I bet we could figure something out, and then it's on there on your sheet.
Oh,
So
right, yeah.
the next round goes out, and Dak, you seem to have either pulled in some of that luck or that skill, and you are the winner today. But the other players, they've they've had some good rounds as well. It was actually like a pretty close match overall. But Dak, you take let's see, 100 credits, if my math is right. 100 credits from the Twi'lek.
All right.
And Krellin, you take 25 credits from the human.
Perfect.
The Twi'lek Tiff looks over, says, "One more round, boys. We got to get going afterwards." But
Yeah, one more, and definitely owe you guys some drinks. We run into you later this evening.
gives you a nod, and the dealer shuffles up cards, distributes them, and you begin round 3. Ooh.
Oh, good.
All right. So the Twi'lek slams his cards down in a cheer, realizing that he's taken the cake this time around. Krellin, you paying up 100 credits to Tiff this final round. And Dak, you fortunately come out on top over the human male there, taking 50 credits from him. And as he kind of slides over your payment, he says, before he kind of lets it go, he says, "We look forward to those drinks." He says, "My name's Joran, by the way. As I said, this is Tiff. It's good to meet you guys."
Good to meet you as well. Dak will take the 50 credits and nod, and as he stands up to leave, he'll take 25 of the credits and toss it to the dealer as a tip, and then start heading out or away from the table.
She gives you a big nod and a smile, and says, "Thank you so very much. Please enjoy your stay here at Green Tree."
Alan will not do that. He'll just walk away. But he'll turn to Dak and say, "Isn't that your surname?"
It is actually, yes.
I thought so.
Chalk that up to coincidence.
Maybe that's your brother.
Maybe that's where it came from. Give me a perception check as you guys are here in the casino.
Oh,
Very nice. All right.
Really perceptive.
So you guys get up, leave the card table, and just kind of look about the room a little bit. And you do notice over by the bar, there is a figure that looks a little bit to be like might be a Cathar.
All right.
I would say that and I know that the most of the imagery, I think one's like the super animated Clone Wars version, and then Cathars would be like SWTOR version. I think Cathars have a little bit more of a true human face with some feline features, and then I think the Zygerians were much more exaggerated with like
and
the
more
ear, whatever. Yeah.
triangle shaped.
Yeah. So this one looks more towards like the Cathar-esque visage, if you will.
Mhm.
So during the gambling, Lan and Valen, what are you guys up to?
What were we doing? We were at the safari. I think we're gonna try the beach.
You're
Is that
about to
what we were
spend
doing?
2,000 credits each to go on a hunt, weren't you?
We were hoping you would win 2,000 credits each, and then we'd go on that safari. But yeah, I thought we were looking at the beach, and then I think the bar was the only other place besides the restaurant that
Yeah,
we were gonna
the
check out.
restaurant, and then like I mean the bars are kind of like in the entertainment areas with like casinos and things like that.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Valen is mostly following Land's lead. He's just kind of interested in seeing what Land does. Like they've kind
Okay.
of gotten a glimpse of what Valen does. It's just what he does day in and day out, but he hasn't really seen what they do. So he's more interested in just kind of playing along and helping and learning as he goes, keeping a watchful eye out. But I think Land, we might try the beach. Might be a
Right.
good place for everybody to relax, especially if nobody's heard of them by now. They're probably not out doing what their namesake says they do. So that's where I'd be to relax. Either that or drinking. But you can
This
drink at the
is
beach too, so.
and Tal, this is all happening simultaneously while we're at the casino.
Yeah.
Okay.
Agreed.
During 3 rounds of cards, you've been there for a little bit. That
Yeah.
they've kind of would be able to go and do something. So.
Okay.
Yeah, so you guys just kind of heading out to the beachfront to
Right.
whatever.
If I were a cat, that's where I'd be, getting warm. If I'm not
Giant natural litter box, right?
watch your step.
Do your
All right.
macro binoculars pick up like heat signatures? We can see if some sand is a little warmer than the surrounding sand, and
You
maybe
guys
narrow the
can
step.
utilize the previous skills if you want to, whatever you want to do. Investigation, persuasion, survival, or intimidation as you go and look about the beachfront, maybe talk with a few of the patrons.
I think
I'm gonna
Valen's
use-
gonna use the force to just kind of stretch out and use guidance on himself. Just kind of take a look around, see, like, does he see any feline species? And also, I would say he's probably not looking for like 2 or more together.
Right.
I think we kind of got the idea that this person's alone and on the run, maybe.
Right.
So the last thing they might do is team up with more of them to make themselves even more obvious. But yeah, just taking a look around and seeing where we can narrow our search down to.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So give me a perception check.
Okay. Is that with guidance? I think so.
Yes. That's fine.
How do you add that in?
You know what? I could not tell you. Jawa, do you
Situational
know?
bonus.
There
we
go.
go. 1d6. There we go.
Oh yeah. I see what you're saying. You might be able to put. I wonder if you can like tag that to say what it is.
Here. So I got that 24. Let me try it again.
Yeah.
Just see if we can.
So put like the bonus plus, and then after that, put a space, and then do the hashtag, and then like put guidance.
Guidance. Let's try that. Yeah, that didn't. Do you have to
Doesn't. Okay.
no space after the hashtag, right?
Right. Is that how you did it?
That's how I did it. So
Okay. Yeah, we'll figure it out. I'll see. Look into it. I'm sure there's got to be a way, but okay. Yeah. So you get, you are very, you look to the forest and you just reach out and you look about the beachfront, and there's families with their kids playing in the sand, playing at the water and whatnot. You see a few other people that are, you see couples and small groups of people, individuals on beach chairs, things like that. I mean, your typical beach layout of patrons and whatnot. You do not see, though, anybody that fits the description of somebody that you're looking for. You're just looking about and you see, there's a few at the edge of the water, a few of these. Give me a lore or nature check. So you see these like turtle-like large turtles that and you would probably know this pretty well, just being so close to Dorumma and Elmus, but they're called gorskins. Just these large turtles that sometimes find themselves. There's a young child kind of riding on the back of one of them and whatnot. And
are they animals?
Yeah,
Okay.
they're
That's
like
very
basically
dangerous.
a turtle.
Not a species. Okay.
And in addition to that, you do see that you see a little sign that says rental, skimmer diving rentals, and you see a sign that kind of points down the beach as well.
So I'll point all this out to Lan, just kind of let him know I don't see any cats here. Come to think of it, a giant body of water, that's probably the last place I'd be as a cat. But there is a place to rent a skimmer over there. Maybe we can try that out if the safari doesn't turn out to be fruitful.
Well, some cats can swim. That's a trick that they have in their arsenal. So
I
just
know they
watch
can
out.
swim. It's just that it's like you can swim in a vat of acid too, just not for very long, and it's not going to be very pleasant. But that doesn't mean you want to do it. You can drive an airspeeder with your feet too. It doesn't make it a good idea.
One other thing too, sorry. So you've got like the rentals for the divers and the skimmers, and then also there's another sign with it that says diving lessons as well.
Oh, okay. So like, unless he's out for diving lessons, I'll point to the sign. I don't see our guy anywhere. I'm assuming, Todd, we looked for the tan and red markings as well. As part
Yeah,
of
you don't
check.
see
Okay.
Yeah, nobody on the beach right now fits that.
Like he's either not here or out of sight. I did the best I could, but I'm not picking him up. Maybe your binoculars can pick something else up, but careful. People don't like you looking at them with binoculars on the beach.
Lan puts down his binoculars and turns to you and says,
I don't see the problem. We're here for work. And since we're here working and you're looking to learn some of the bounty hunter ways, let me impart on you a bit of wisdom that I have picked up in my years.
Okay.
Never assume what your enemy can do, because that's how you get got. When you make unfounded assumptions about what the enemy can do. There was this one time. Well, look, we don't have time to go into it, but suffice it to say that I was quite surprised at what these little bunny aliens can do. Anyway.
Oh, I know what you're talking about, actually. Yeah, you're right. That's a good point.
I would like to look at the I'd like to look at the sand and see if I can see any cat-like footprints. since I'm a pathfinder and I can see if there's been some cats walking over to the diving instructor or the skimmer rental.
Yeah, give me a survival check.
Okay, I've got advantage on this from one of the scout things.
Alrighty.
Didn't help much.
Not much. So, as footprints in the sand often do, they kind of fill in quickly. They're not often defined. The sand is very loose, so it's like it leaves an impression, but it's not defined. There's certainly plenty of traffic that heads um, towards the rental and the diving lessons, but there's depressions all over the place. It's really tough. You see maybe something that maybe catches your eye, that there's a few of these depressions that look a little bit larger than maybe typical, like humanoid, such as yourself. For whatever reason that may catch your eye, but I mean, who knows? Could be somebody just stomping really hard into the sand as they walk. So not much else to glean.
Land gets up from examining the sand and turns to Valen and says, "You see these tracks? This is the right trail," and then follows them over to the rental to talk to the the rental guy and the diving instructor.
Valen will make a mental note that doesn't look like a cat, but okay.
As Land's walking ahead, he says, this is the unmistakable tracks of a Cathar, perhaps Togorian."
Valen would know that those two are quite physically distinct and one's very large and the other one's like medium.
Right.
Just okay. Not gonna say anything. Just
all right.
okay.
So you head to the rental and diving instructions place. Coming to like it's like a dual shack, like a side by side shack. And off the first one, above it says, like rental. You can see that there's a dock. You guys are basically there at the water, and a dock that goes out. It looks like there's a hefty kind of garage, whatever a boat garage is called, and for equipment and things to be in there. There, as you get to the rental place, doors shut, windows kind of like shut, and it just says on there, out on a dive, back, gives you a time that's like a couple hours away. Next door is the diving instruction. That place is just a little bit of the shack there. It looks like that does have open doors and windows. And you can hear kind of like a tropical type music from inside, and some humming as well.
So you see, that tropical music keys me into the fact that this is more likely to be a Cathar than a Togorian, for reasons that I do not have time to explain right now. Shall we?
And then Lan heads into the shack.
Just making a mental note that apparently all Cathar like Jimmy Buffett, and just continuing on.
You head in, and you see behind the place is a little bit chaotic. There's not a lot in there. There's some diving equipment, things like that. But you see sitting behind a desk is a figure in some bright colored outfit, shirt and whatnot, and long flappy like ears, whatnot. You recognize as a Gungan. Definitely a species that is around, and says, "Welcome. You still looking for Bombad diving instructor? That's a Misa."
Oh, I did not expect this. Hello, good sir. Perhaps you have seen a feline friend of mine with some distinctive red and tan striping.
No, sir. No, cats. Kitty cats don't like the water much. No.
Well, then you might have known my friend because my friend is one of those kitty cats that is willing to swim.
No, I'm sorry, sir. This have not seen any of that. I to teach you swimming deep, though.
Uh, how much?
3,000 credits.
Says diving lessons is it's a 500 credits per person.
That is actually quite reasonable. I do not have time to take your lessons right now. I do need to continue looking for my lost companion here, but I appreciate the offer. And if I have time, I may return to your fine establishment and take you up on that offer.
He stands up and he, with an excited nod, puts out his hand to shake. And he says, excellent. Don't forget, I'm Sarkin Rink. I never sink.
Sarkin Rink. I am writing that down.
And Lan takes out a pen and writes the name on his forearm. Even though he's got a wrist pad, he probably could have typed it in real quick. He's just in that mode and shakes his hand and gives him 10 credits and palms him 10 credits and says, and one of his business cards and says,
if you happen to find my lost friend, do give me a call. There will be more credits where that came from.
Gives you a nod and says, yes, sir. I so will.
Well, good day to you.
Gives you a nod and a wave and goes back to just nodding his head along with the cheeseburger in paradise.
Valen will just do a little bow and follow Lan out.
All right. So I'd say, back in the casino, this is about the end of your guys' card game, and this is where you kind of notice the individual.
I was going to ask, in that period where Cullen was kind of Mia, so to speak, could he have done something small, like some quick research about this hotel? Just by asking an attendant or something?
Yeah.
Right.
What are you, I guess what specifically?
Inquiring about the hotel, he would go up to the attendant and ask, excuse me, do any of your rooms have, by any chance, these unique things that they don't have where I'm from called water beds?
She just kind of looks at you and says, no, I don't believe we have anything like that.
Understandable. That's unfortunate, but thank you. And he'll walk away disappointed.
Thought you were going to ask about a bidet.
No.
A bidet.
Well, maybe. I think he just assumes that's standard,
We just have this fire hose. It's about all.
No, he kind of, after that, he would regroup with Dak and said, well, unfortunately, they have no water beds here, so that doesn't narrow down our search of where he wouldn't be staying. And then that's when he would have met up and done the gambling with Dak. Similar line of thinking to Valen. Cats don't like water. And then we're now staring at this cat.
Yeah. Does this individual appear to be tan and reddish in any way, shape, or form?
Not really. There's definitely some conflicting lighting in the casino. The figure has gone towards one of the kind of bar club areas, that's like kind of sectioned off a little bit. So it's darker in there. Where you guys are in the casino, it's got a little bit better lighting, but they have traveled into that area. They seem to be definitely, a natural muted color that you can see, but it's tough to tell specifics like that.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess we should at least go in and take a closer look and confirm if this is potentially who we're looking for or not. And Dak, I guess, will head into that bar area where they are.
All right. So give me another perception check to try and pick them out. All right, very nice. So you look around and you do see the figure that you were after. It looks like they have sat down at a table, and it looks like there is a couple other figures that are joining them. They have a few drinks in front of them and just having a conversation.
All right. Is there any table or open seats next to them, like adjacent, but not
Yeah.
at their table? Okay.
Yep.
As Dak and Krellin just walk into that bar area, Dak will kind of just make a motion to like get the attention of the bartender or server, whoever's kind of handling that, and grab a seat as in the vicinity of where this group is as well.
Okay. Krellin, you tagging along, I assume?
I think he would also go to the bar, but maybe separately so it doesn't look like they're together, and then just kind of keep an eye out from a little bit further away.
Okay. Lan and Valen, you guys doing anything or just kind of heading back towards the resort?
Let's see what there was the diving and the was there any other the swimming lessons or whatever that other
Just that too, yep.
Yeah. So I think we were done with the beach. I think the next thing was to try the bar. So we'll probably end up seeing them there. I don't know if Lan had anywhere else he was going to look, but I thought those were the only two places left besides spending 2,000 credits each on a safari.
Do it.
Lan figured leave the restaurant for last because one, he could work up an appetite before going, searching everywhere else, and get some of those deviled Kokobi eggs.
Yeah.
And two, it's underwater, which he figures eating underwater for a cat might be terrifying, even though it's not actually underwater. So he's left that for last. But if
I'm
Has there
pretty
been-
sure it is underwater, though.
Has there been any because I think it would be appropriate to do so. Would there be any communication between you guys kind of in between these transition periods?
Yeah, that's actually what I forgot to mention. That's why I asked if, when we caught up to same point in time. So
Yeah.
when Dak noticed a potential Cathar figure in the bar, Dak was going to get on the comm link back to them and say, not sure yet if this is who we're after, but do see a Cathar here at the bar. Also have a lead on some Cathars that may have made dinner reservations tonight at the restaurant. Krellin and I will be at the bar.
Felines at dinner, not
felines, yeah.
Not specified.
Oh, that's right. He didn't know what Cathars were. Yeah, felines for dinner. So I can just leave it as yeah. So Krellin and I will be in the bar, trying to get a closer look to see if this person might be who we're looking for.
Valen will ask Lan, like, do you think we should calm them and tell them what we just found out here? Or you still have more clues you want to sniff out?
Say we meet him at the bar because I'm not paying 2,000 credits to go out in the woods.
Yeah,
So we've
I am
checked
not
out all
either.
the leads we have.
Sounds good to me. Lead on, Captain.
All right, let's go drinking.
Alrighty. So you guys work your way back to the resort while the others have kind of sat down. And Krellin, you said you're just kind of at the bar nearby.
Yeah, like pretty close, just kind of keeping an eye.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So yeah, you guys grab beverages and whatnot. Dak, what's your intention there?
Well, Dak's intention is to potentially hear, listen in. Well, one, I guess, get a closer look at the if this is a Cathar, closer look at this particular figure and see if they happen to match the description at all. And
Okay.
then, since you're at a table, you said with some other individuals, maybe some old-fashioned eavesdropping to see what potential they're discussing, if anything.
All right. So, second. So yeah, give me a perception check.
Okay. I don't know if this would be a relevant thing to do or not. But since Dak is trying, intently, I guess, to kind of focus in on that, could you use some force guidance to help kind of listen in?
Yeah.
Okay. Not sure if there's a button to check for guidance in here anywhere.
Valen, what did you do for that? Oh, I think when you just rolled, you just put it in, right?
Oh, that's right. You can just
Yeah,
put it-
the
We were
I
trying to
can't
figure
remember
out a way. I'll have to look
situational
into it.
bonus or something.
Yeah.
yeah, which is plus what, 1d6.
Yeah. All right. So you kind of reach out and you catch yourself, Krellin. You, I'd imagine, keeping an eye on the situation here. You look out and you see Dak, just kind of staring off and enjoying his beverage, with an ear towards the table and whatnot. But all of a sudden, you see Dak like leaning more and more and more over his chair, like trying to get closer and closer. And you're just like, dude, what are you doing? That's what? And you then see one of the gentlemen at the table turn. And then Dak, you see that gentleman say, "Excuse me, something I can help you with?"
Could Krellin sort of, as soon as he sees this, kind of like jump up and run over to him?
To who?
To Dak.
I mean, where are you at in the?
I assumed sort of like, how close was he to the Cathar?
He's like right next to the table. I mean, they're like table to table. So
then I'd probably be like a table over, from like Dak. So I'm like a bit further from them, but still like close to.
I mean, you would be getting there as soon as the gentleman has turned to Dak and is like, "Yeah, can I help you?"
Okay. And I would try to say, whoa there, buddy. You look like you've had too much to drink. Are you all right? You're having trouble sitting up? We'll kind of like put his hands on his shoulder and like try to.
That was actually going to be Dak's cover here as well. I'm glad that Krellin was on the same page. Dak is going to slur his speech and kind of like partially like slide off the chair, like he's like, what? Oh, these drinks stronger than I remember. Sorry, buddy.
All right. Either deception from both of you, or one of you can roll at advantage.
I think you should roll.
All right, I can roll advantage.
Krellin's not great at deception.
Ooh.
Oh.
All right. Very nice. And all right. So the gentleman that had leaned over just looks at you, and he looks disgusted and says, "Well, kindly keep to yourself, please." He turns to you, Krellin, says, "If your friend has had too much, maybe you get him out of here and whatever." And then the other one, so you've got the Cathar, and then you have there's a Deveronian male and then a human male as well at the table. And the human male was the one that leaned over or to you, Dak, and then the Deveronian looks at the Cathar and says, just kind of, he like sniffs in the air as if he's like, feels that maybe something is up. But he says, these fellows ain't with you, are they? You ain't trying to pull a fast one on us?
Nope.
And sorry, I forgot that I'm
Talking to
role playing with
yourself, right?
myself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For a
I think
second,
you
I-
directed that.
Yeah, I know. You stopped, and then I was like, "Wait, is this guy talking to us? Do we know him?"
Says the Deveronian continues and says, "No funny business, Nadu. We ain't gonna be dealing with that." And the Cathar just kind of looks back and he says, "But of course, I have no idea who these people are. My apologies." And he kind of turns and looks to you and like gives you like a pleading look to like basically get lost.
I'm sorry, buddy. I didn't mean to break up your party here. I feel terrible. Drinks on me. And Dak's gonna wave to the waitress or server or whatever, and some drinks over here for these guys. No hard feelings, right, guys?
The Deveronian stands up and says, "I don't need your charity," and just slaps the credits out of your hand. Krellin, meanwhile, with your passive, you would just notice this Cathar does not really fit the description. He's more kind of browns and whatnot. He definitely does not have distinctive markings that of the person you're looking for. Just as a side.
Gotcha. Colin will probably just be like, "Whoa, I'm so sorry for this one. He tends to cause issues everywhere he goes. He's a bit of an alcoholic. I'll get him out of here. I apologize for everything," and he'll just sort of start leading us away.
Dak's going to think here for a second.
I would say that, Valen and Lan, you guys are probably showing up by now. I mean, they've been here a little bit. It was a little bit walk up to the resort and whatnot. You guys would be coming in about now, like maybe entering in. You can see that Krellin, Dak are at a table nearby, and this big, tall Deveronian is kind of standing over top of them. From a distance, potentially looks like, maybe a tense situation.
Dak's gonna, stand up and sort of, put his hands up like, "Oh, all right. Big guy, no need to get hostile. We're all just here trying to enjoy our time here at the resort, have a few drinks, but if you don't want the drinks, nobody's gonna force it down your throat."
Give me a give me a persuasion check.
Meanwhile, Valen's just gonna ask Lan, like, should we get involved or just let this work itself out? What do you do in this situation?
This isn't the first time I've watched Dak stumble into trouble and kind of stumble drunkenly out of it. I say we enjoy the show.
And
Alright.
Lan is looking around for a server because now he's hungry and he wants those eggs. And he's also hankering for one of those Jedi mind blasters.
All right, so you kind of hail a waiter, and they come over. I say, unfortunately, they don't serve an entree like that here in the bar. You'll have to go to the restaurant, but they certainly can get you one of those beverages. And takes that order and runs off. As you order your drink and turn back, you see the Deveronian slam his fist down on the table and just says, "I don't like the way you talk to me, son."
Too many syllables?
What's that?
Said too many syllables for you?
And with that, he just gets frustrated, and you see the Cathar kind of back up out of his seat to get away, and the human there with him is just kind of sitting there with a grin on his face. Says, "You shouldn't poke the bear, friend." And the Deveronian then goes out and just swings and goes for a punch at you. So then at this, basically things erupt around the area. Like patrons nearby are just like backing up, getting out of the way. And the human gets up as well. And there's just becomes a scuffle and everyone's just going wild. So Dak, what is your main action here within this scuffle?
Dak is going to, I guess, try to avoid getting punched and then give him a little jab back.
Okay, so you're just gonna kind of retaliate.
Yeah, I mean, if he's hitting me, I guess Dak's instinct's going to be to, hit him back.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and Krellin, what is your reaction? What is your action during this situation?
For now, Krellin will just sidestep this and then kind of wait to see where it goes.
Okay. So, Dak, give me an attack roll for your punch, a strength-based attack roll if you're going to punch with that.
So just be what? I guess the same as a strength save because it would add in my proficient. No, it wouldn't add my proficiency.
Yeah, I don't think you'd be well because you'd have to be proficient with like an unarmed strike. Because I think otherwise it's just strength if you're.
Do fighters get proficiency? I don't know how that works. I never do unarmed strikes. So give me a second.
Hit him with the chair.
I guess I will say for the purposes of this, something like this quick encounter that I'm pulling out of my ass here. Krellin, basically, like there. So if you step back, I mean, Dak's going to retaliate. They're definitely going to retaliate. So is there anything else you would do in the situation?
Nothing that wouldn't
If not,
get
then that's fine. But
a lot of trouble. He'll hold off temporarily until Dak gets punched in the face, particularly because that's Dak's main thing. He can't let that get distorted too much. It's too valuable.
Your unarmed strikes are a weapon with which you are proficient.
Actually,
so you are proficient with a punch, Dak.
Oh, okay. So it would be ability plus my proficiency then.
Yeah, so you could just add the modifier in when you hit strength check.
Okay. Actually, well, I wonder. Yeah, I guess we'll do it that way. As I could just kind of Dex to move out of the way and like knock him to the side. We'll try to hit him back.
Hey.
Whoa. Okay.
Fucking
worst thing about
swear
that
to
though,
God, every time.
if you crit on that, there are no dice to roll, so it's the same.
You do 2 damage.
Yeah, you can do 2 damage plus your strength.
Oh, ridiculous.
So we're watching all this, Lan and I.
Yeah, you guys are
distance.
seeing this go down. Yep. So
Is
do you
there
guys
a
have
way with?
you guys have any reaction?
Well, it's not really a reaction. How far away are we from them? Like 60
I mean,
feet?
you're at the entrance. I'd say, probably less than that.
Okay, because I'm just wondering if I can use like force push pull to mess with the Deveronian's like swing, just like hold his fist back so he can't quite connect. I don't know how or if that's even possible. I assume if you can pick objects up with your hands, you can at least stop them in midair from going somewhere.
Yeah, I mean, I'll say like I'd probably give him like disadvantage on the roll.
Yeah,
I mean,
something
he's
like
gonna
that. I mean,
miss
just-
already because he rolled an 8.
Yeah,
So
okay. It was just something to make it
yeah.
harder for him to do it, and then also for me to just kind of casually not
Mhm.
participate, but participate.
Yep, that's fine.
See how this plays out.
All right, so this scuffle breaks out. Tables clear nearby as the patrons pull away. As Devrian goes up and kind of shoves Dak, and then goes for a swing. Dak, you retaliate and just clock him in the chin. The Deveronian can't react. It feels like there's something going on. And then the human there from the side. Dak, what's your AC? 16. Okay. Does sucker punch you as well. is and gets in on you. Krellin, are you doing anything else at this point?
He would grab the nearest drink and start drinking.
Okay. So at this point, Dak, you take 1 second. Just 3 points of damage from the attack. And about this point, they look like they are closing in to further the brawl, but security comes out and breaks it up, and stops the fight. As you look around, you see that the Cathar has kind of slipped into the shadows.
All right. And I'll say, you're lucky these guards showed up, or you'd be in big trouble.
He's kind of like, he's not heavily restrained, but the guards are definitely there, separating. You can see that he is extremely frustrated, the Deveronian, and he really wants to get after you, but he understands kind of how, law of the land here. So, and you do kind of notice him turn and towards the human and kind of look out into the crowd and be like, and just say that Nadu splits.
All right. Dak will look over at Krellin and say, well, I think I've had enough at the bar for now. I'll just say we get out of here.
Rowan will finish. He'll down his drink, and then he'll reach over with his other hand and hand one that he grabbed for Dak and say, done at the bar, but we're not at the bar anymore.
Dak will take the drink and give him a little nod and wipe a little bit of the blood off of where he got sucker punched and start heading towards the entrance where Valen and Lan came in.
You got a great strike on the Deveronian, but he still has a hefty, thick jaw, and the cold glass of the drink that Krellin hands you feels very good on your sore hand right now. But you head over and you see the other pair there. Lan is, making work out of his Jedi Mind Eraser.
Dak also wants to just keep an eye on the Deveronian and the human and see what they end up doing, if they go back to their table or if they leave or what they do. But
give me a perception check.
Okay.
I think at this point, Krellin would say to Dak, I think I see Lan and Valen over there. I'd recognize that big blue head anywhere.
So you don't pick up on a lot other than looks like a little bit of a conversation between the pair and the security guards, and then they head off. They basically just head out of the bar area, like an alternate entrance, and just kind of disappear amongst the resort.
Okay. So Dak will come over then, to the group, say, so guys got here just in time for all the fun.
Oh, I participated. You didn't see it, but I did.
I always enjoy watching you get into trouble, Dak.
Well, it's equal parts good at getting into it as well as out of it, so I suppose it works out in the end.
What would you have done if that Cathar was actually tan and red? You let him get away.
Well,
I could have pursued him.
Yeah, we had it completely under control. I mean, can't blame me for sticking up for myself. I tried to buy the guys a drink, and he slapped the credits right out of my hand. I can't stand for something like that.
Fair point. Does seem like this resort brings out the unreasonableness.
Especially in regards to credits.
You guys get any leads on any feline species?
Well, no, I can tell you that there was probably a Cathar out at the beach at some point based on my tracking skill.
Valen's behind him, looking at the other two, going, "No, it was not."
But it hasn't been recent enough.
A
for it to be our
Rastafarian
target.
Cathar, apparently.
I did meet a nice Gungan gentleman, but that's neither here nor there.
No such thing.
Well, Krellin, you can meet Sark and Rink yourself.
I guess
I'll pass.
the only additional lead we have on a feline species of some sort is dinner reservations at the restaurant.
That's the only place it could be. Certainly not out in the safari. So it's got to be the restaurant.
Well, there are hundreds, if not thousands, of rooms. It could be any one of those as well. We could go door to door and check if you would like.
You know, I don't say this lightly, but I think I would rather go on the expensive safari.
Very well.
I guess based on sort of time of day that it is it approaching kind of like dinner time at this point?
Yep, absolutely.
So, well, I worked up a bit of an appetite back there. So how about we head to the restaurant and go from there?
That sounds good to me.
Get some of those egg concoctions you were talking about.
Oh, once you have a bite, you won't ever want to have any other egg.
Sure, these eggs aren't like spiced, and I don't mean like the herbs and spices kind. Seem a little addictive to me.
Deliciousness can be addictive.
Oh, that's what they call it now. Okay. I mean, I know I live at the academy and we're pretty sheltered, but okay. If that's what you want to call it.
Everybody's got their vices, kid. Some people like drink. He looks at Krellin. Some people like gambling. Some like spice. You yourself seem to be quite the bookworm. Perhaps that's your addiction.
Books addicting?
I mean, you're all the time. Anytime you've got some free downtime, you're always talking about going back to that library and reading books and doing research.
And saving people. Very dangerous, unhealthy addiction. And just for the record, when Dax said the drinking thing to Krellin, he kind of like almost like looked behind him, like, "Who's he talking about? What?" Like,
who? Me? Couldn't be.
He's like, he's like, "What do you mean?" As he's putting away a flask.
Fair enough. I am hungry. That sounds like a good place to go. Who knows? Maybe we'll see this dangerous kitty cat.
Let's say too, as we head towards the restaurant, not knowing where I can't remember what that Cathar's name was.
You heard it a couple times. Nadu,
that's right. Just as he's walking through the crowd, just kind of keep an eye out to see if they happen to see that Nadu person or Cathar.
Yeah, give me another perception check as you guys head out.
Was this Nadu a tan Cathar?
No, they were actually darker.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So you look about the room, and you do see the Cathar, but he catches you kind of scanning the crowd and just picks up that you have eyes for him. Like, you've already showed up in the bar, and now like something has set him off, and he kind of like hurriedly starts leaving the area.
Okay. I just wanted to say sorry if I've messed something up for you. Not really. All right, we'll leave it at that for now. But I'll continue to keep an eye out for him, just on occasion if he happens to notice him, just so we can maybe approach him creepy-ishly, or like he's actually hunting him down, just be like, hey, sorry if I messed up any kind of deals what he's after. So
You said you're going to try and track him down, or if you?
no, I'm just saying as they continue to go around the casino or the resort area, just if he happens to notice him again.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So you guys are heading to the restaurant.
Indeed.
Yeah.
All right. So you head over to the Aqua restaurant, and you head into the lobby area, and you are there by the host. And she says, she welcomes you all, says, welcome, gentlemen. Dining in this evening. Do you have a reservation?
Could we make one for 5 minutes from now?
We do have one. The concierge set us up with a table here.
You, Eltar.
Eltar?
That's right.
For 4?
She says, she kind of looks, she goes, oh, yes, I see. Excellent. Very glad to have you this evening. Right this way. And she escorts you into behind like the entrance curtain, and then there's a little like almost like a pod grav lift that takes you down an angled descent into the restaurant proper, and you come out and it's just this massive room that flickers from the movement of the water, because you're now underneath the waters as these massive thick plasteel like clear walls, these domes surround the room to see all the plant life. There's occasional different fishes and other aquatic life that swim by and whatnot. And this place is definitely a little bit more of an upscale type establishment at the resort, as you can tell by most of the patrons here as well. And the hostess then takes you to a table and seats you down. Says your server will be with you shortly. Thank you very much for joining us, and enjoy your meal.
Thank you. And as she leaves, I'm going to look at the rest of us like, how horribly out of place do we look? I mean, I'm okay. My robes are all purpose, but...
Carlin's kind of looking around and he says, very familiar. Reminds me of Otto Gunga and Naboo. Not pleasant memories.
As we walked through the
There's a reason he doesn't like Gungans.
The restaurant to our table, do we happen to notice any feline species seated already at any tables?
Whoever wants, give me perception checks.
Oh. Krellin likes looking at things.
Balin likes looking at things with his eyes and the Force. Can I add guidance onto that?
You can, yes.
I can imagine Balin just closes his eyes and he's like...
Alrighty. So, Krellin and Valen, as you guys scan the room, you definitely pick out a pair of individuals that fit a description of a feline-esque species. Looks like you can pick out that it's a male and a female. They look pretty well-to-do. But other than that, they're just there. Looks like they're just getting started with their meal.
What's their fur color? Tan or black or white or?
It is it's brighter. It's the male is more of like he's like a deep red, and then she has orange, more of an orangish skin color or fur color or whatever.
It's like, so probably not them.
Valen, you would recognize that this pair is Zagirian for sure.
Oh, maybe we should go over there just to mess with them, slaver scum.
Does Valen say that out loud?
No, no. No,
already has
he does
gun loaded.
not encourage that. I do not encourage violence.
The
That's no
server
fun.
comes over, interrupts your scans of the room, says, "Hello, welcome all to the Yaku restaurant. Can I start you off with some beverages?"
I'll have water, please.
I'll have your most expensive drink, whatever it might be, the whole bottle or keg.
Says, "We did get a few supplies of some." I was just thinking of like, what year would it be? Because Yavin hasn't happened yet. So how do they tell time? A
Roussan's
vintage
1000.
Alderon red. If you would be interested in that.
Absolutely. I'll take at least one.
All right. Should I bring a glass for everyone at the table?
Valen will hold his hand up. I'm good. Thank you.
Krellin thinks he starts to say no, and then he's like, "Do you two want any?"
I'll,
Planning.
I'll be sticking with these mind benders. They're delicious and they're blue.
Gives a kind of a interesting nod at that. It's like, okay,
I'll I've heard good things about drinks from Alderaan. Great place. Never been there myself. Hope to visit someday. But yeah, I'll give it a try.
So nods, heads off, comes back a few moments later with a couple wine glasses for Krellin and Dak, and pours out the initial taste of this Alderanian wine for each of you. A bottled water, glass bottle, carafe, and a glass for you,
Of course.
Valen, and then Lan, the bright glowing mind bender, sets that down in front of you as well. So, would you gentlemen be enjoying a meal tonight? Can I get you started on that?
Why, yes, I would like to have the entree version of your deviled Pacobi egg.
Excellent choice. You can almost see like an unexpected look after you order the mind bender that you do have decently, refined enough taste for something like that.
What sort of specials do you have?
She lists off a few different various items. Obviously, a lot of it is, majority of it is going to be seafood based, things like that. But you have your standard, meat, veggie options, whatever.
Do you have calamari? Not mon calamari.
And after he says that, Krellin will quickly say, "But also mon calamari."
No.
They nod to you, or they shake their head to you, Krellin, and then says, "Yes, we can. We have something we can put together."
Oh, I'll try that.
Krellin looks disappointed and no longer interested. What about Nerf burgers? Do you have anything more casual, or is it just fancy fish food around here?
Oh, we do fancy casual. We have quite the Nerf burger.
Wonderful. I'll take 3.
Quite the appetite.
Jack will just say, "I'll take the catch of the day."
Very good. And they head off to go put that order in to get ready for the meal. You guys have your drinks. About this time, a gentleman comes over, a human male, and you could see that he's looking to you, Krellin, and says, Krellin, is that you?
He sort of like thinks for a second, takes a swig, and says, "I certainly believe so."
And you know, with a quick, as you look at the gentleman, you would recognize this figure as someone you've, like maybe an acquaintance, but somebody you know of, especially through your background and study or whatever else. And this is Janus Byrne. And he comes over and he's got, you know, he looks, he's dressed decently enough, but you can tell he's quite, you know, similar to yourself, investigative type. Looks like he's got, you know, trinkets. His pockets are kind of full of like notebooks and things like that that he hangs around. He says, "Oh, Mr. Krellin, I've heard many grand stories of yourself here in the Kularan system. Have you been getting on well?"
Sort of thinks for a second. He's like, I've been getting on, I suppose. It's been interesting 13 years. He sort of thinks to himself.
The Janus kind of like thinks about that. He says, any grand discoveries in your time here?
Just that we missed 10 years and
Yes.
are now at war, apparently.
Yes, very, very interesting. Well, actually, I don't want to be too forward, but I have an opportunity that I think you would very much enjoy. And so, unless you have your own things going on with your companions here, but I have a few things throughout the galaxy that I'm going to investigate and explore, and I'm definitely looking for someone to accompany me. It's certainly more than one person job.
He sort
You
of
don't have to answer now. I just want to present the opportunity, and you know, I will not be leaving for, you know, another week or so, but it's just it must be coincidence that we've run into each other.
says, "Well, I'm always looking for more mysteries, but at least for the moment I am spoken for, so to speak. I must aid these people in their current search for things very random and different every single week. It's been quite a strange experience, really. But I don't actually have a business card to give you, so I'm not sure how you'll contact me, but and he'll think, oh, Lan, do you have any of your business cards that I could use to use as a proxy here, just until I get my own made?"
Land whips one out lightning fast and hands it to you.
But of course.
Thanks. Sort of nod and then pass it over.
He Janice looks at that, and he looks at you, Lan. He says, "Okay, I'll reach out to Mr. Jolt and follow up." He says, "Actually," and he pulls out you know, one of his little notebooks and scratches down, and he hands over some contact information to you. Says, "Definitely, you know, reach out to me as well if just really for whatever. I'd love to just you know, discuss what you've came upon here in the system."
Sort of nods and says, "Absolutely. Feel free to contact me whenever. I'm usually around unless I'm dead, and I'm not usually dead, so
That is good. That is good. I'm so sorry to interrupt, though, gentlemen. Please enjoy yourselves, and we'll perhaps see you again soon. And then he kind of wanders off, a few tables over and sits back down. Enjoys. Yeah. So a few more minutes go by. Meals begin to start coming out, and Lan gets his big dish of eggs. Valen, you get a small kind of calamari style meal. Valen, you get these, not Valen, Krellin, you get 3 beautiful looking burgers. I mean, they're pretty big too. They're individually plated, and they're definitely gourmet style. They look delicious. And Dak, a nice big long plate with a fresh fish there, head still on it and all. I just just nice looking piece of meat there, ready to enjoy yourself. Anything else I can do for you, gentlemen?
Do you happen to have any bantha meatballs as well,
No, I don't believe so, but
or any sort of meatball?
I will check.
Okay, I have a friend who is still on our ship, and he wanted me to get him something if I could. If not,
Well,
he'll make do otherwise. But if he got something, I'd love it.
okay. I'll see what we can do.
Perfect. Thank you.
Anything else right now? Are you guys enjoying dinner?
Have we noticed any newcomers come in, or is it still the same
I mean,
crowd?
there's been maybe 1 or 2 more groups of people come in, but amongst them, nothing that sticks out as far as anything in regards to your investigation, at least.
Yeah. Okay. I'm not sure. I think at this point we're just eating dinner. I don't think we're gonna encounter the feline here. Something tells me this might require some credits and a trip to the safari.
As Krellin for sure, with you at 21 at least per passive perception.
I think so, yeah.
I mean, you guys probably mostly hear this, but there is a loud. First you would see a just kind of something catches your eye that it doesn't look like a server, you don't think, but they head into the kitchen. A few moments after, though, you hear a loud crash and just somebody kind of yelling out, like basically cursing in frustration.
Krellin will just say, well, thank the force that wasn't my burgers, and he just immediately begins eating.
It's amazing. It's super good.
Did the sound come from the kitchen area?
Yes.
Okay.
Kitchen, yep.
Do we know, is there any way out of this place other than the way we came down? Or is that it?
You're not sure.
Okay.
Potentially there's back access and whatnot.
Yeah, just if
Yeah.
anything that would have been readily apparent from coming down, like I assume you could look out and see stuff. I don't think we've done any sort of thorough search.
So you guys come down, and then like the kitchen's kind of is near the like where the grav lift is as well. So it's like the globes or the whatever the domes are all out front, and then it would be behind you would be basically solid wall, where there'd be kitchen and whatnot. There is like a refresher station or room or whatever, bathroom as well for the guests.
Okay. Are we gonna bother with that, or are we just gonna let it slide and just enjoy our meal for once?
Lan is he's just got a mouthful of eggs. He's just going to town.
I see. Valen will just shut up and eat his food.
Dak says, you guys wait here. I'll go take a look and see if it's anything to concern ourselves with until stand up from the table and kind of head towards that area where the noise came from.
Okay. So there's a door that swings in and out, little kind of porthole window, if you will, on it. You
Okay.
heading in, or?
I'll go through the window first and see.
So you see, you can kind of see there's like obviously counters and all sorts of things. There are people moving around, and you can kind of see in the little bit of the distance, looks like some scraps of food across the floor. Looks like there's a gentleman down kind of picking things up.
Yeah, Doc, go ahead and kind of just crack open the door and just say, everything okay back here? Just making sure, my food wasn't getting damaged back here.
And someone that's like up front, yells out, says, guests aren't supposed to be here. What are you doing?
No, I just saw somebody walk back here in a loud crash and just got concerned. Something may have happened to my food.
And the person on the ground kind of stands up. It looks like they have most of the things picked up. There's still some stuff all over the floor. Says, well, did you order the fish soup?
Oh, nope, that wasn't mine.
Oh, well, damn cat tripped me and went all over the place.
A cat?
But I guess you're good.
What kind of cat?
I don't know, cat. Came in a hurry and rushed past, bumped into me, and down it went.
Well, like some people just have no manners. Did they rush off through the back door, or how'd they get out of here?
Likely. I mean, there is back access for us workers. I just went down, lost my food.
Well, I, for one, can't tolerate someone with bad manners. I'm not going to have a word with that cat. And Dax is going to not really ask or even like really stop. He's going to start just walking towards the back exit or towards the back of that kitchen.
Give me a perception check as you walk past. All right, you see something glimmer on the floor amongst the mess of the food as you walk past.
Okay, Dax gonna. He sits on the floor.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I guess Dax gonna stop quickly and kneel down and see what it is.
Okay. It looks like a little tag, a little name tag.
Okay, Dak will go ahead and kind of subtly pick that up and
It's his flea collar.
And what? Sorry.
subtly pick that up, I guess, and kind of take a look at it as he keeps walking towards the back.
Yeah, so you grab that. It's covered in like something, kind of sticky and gross, whatnot. You can see that there is something engraved on it.
All right, Dak will attempt to read it and see if it's in language he can read.
Yeah, it does look like it is in basic, and it says killer.
All right. As Dak continues to walk towards the back exit, he'll jump on the comm link and say, "In pursuit of killer." Through the back of the kitchen.
Balin's gonna look at Lan, just waiting.
Lan hears this and just shoves all of the rest of the eggs on his plate into his mouth, gets up and just starts going straight for the door.
Lan, you get a call on your comm links while Dak is actually inside the kitchen.
Oh.
And so before Dak would have reached out to you, but you get a call, and it's Eltar, and it says, "Mr. Jolt, um, you I'm not sure if I have some information in regards to your acquisition here, but I have a guest here, uh, very very esteemed guest that says they are looking for somebody that seems to kind of fit along the lines of the same description of the person, the target that you were after. Says they're looking for someone named Killer."
We may be after the same person.
Says, well, she is at my office if you would like to talk to them.
Well, I would like to talk to them, but I'm in the middle of a plate of delicious eggs right about now. I'm hoping you could hold them there until I can finish and get on over there.
Certainly, I will see. I will see if she's able to hang out for a bit. And then, so like after that, then you would get the call from Dak.
I'm still pursuing the target. I mean, whoever this person is, they may be trying to get my target. So I'm heading for the kitchen.
Okay,
attack.
so you get up and you rush into the kitchen. As you just head in there again. What are you doing in here?
Land just ignores him and says,
The eggs were delicious. My compliments to the chef, and just keeps walking.
This is the second grumpy chef we've
Yeah.
don't do well in kitchens. Yeah.
Well, it could be Poppy. Maybe he got reassigned after that last stunt we pulled there.
Oh man.
Or it's
There's
an
only-
upgrade. I don't know. This seems
There's
like a
only
more
one way to
upscale
get down to
restaurant.
these, community tunnels as well.
Get fired.
All right. So, Krellin and Valen, what are you guys doing?
I think Valen is going to do what Lan did, but he's going to gently back his seat out and take his napkin and wipe it, wipe it down, push his chair in, and then take off. It's a little cleaner exit than what Lan did.
To the kitchen as well? Excuse
Yeah.
me.
Rowland's gonna hesitate, and then he's kind of like looking back and forth, like 1 burger, 2 burger, 3 burger, and then he puts the one he's eating down, grabs the other 2, shoves them in his pocket, and then he grabs the one he's eating, and then he sprints off towards the main exit, and he mouthful, he tries to calm. He's like trying to basically say, "I'll cut him off upstairs," and so he runs off to the main elevator.
Okay. So you get to the lift and you take that up. So it takes it's a couple minutes to get up there. And then you come out to the main entrance, and now you're in the main like level entry of the entrance of the restaurant here outside in the resort. So Dak, you begin chasing off after this killer. Go ahead and give me a dexterity check. All right. So you make up some ground, and you think you are getting closer to the bounty. As you wind through a few hallways and whatnot, and you come to some stairs that go up. It's pretty much like, this is what you have to, this is where you have to go. Lan, you can give me a survival check, please.
Okay.
All right. So you see some messy prints that it looks like they're kind of, I think like Dak, you're following Dak's trail and you catch up. And, as I said, for the most part, it's kind of one way, but you're kind of getting to where he's going. Valen, you're pretty close behind as well. So just give me a dexterity check as well.
Okay.
All right. So you catch up with Lan, and you guys get close to Dak. You mostly get close together. Um, climbing up the stairs, if you do, they empty out into a little smaller hallway that then goes seemingly goes out to the rest of the resort.
We don't have eyes on them yet, do we?
Not yet, no.
Do I hear footsteps?
Give me a perception check. Not really, no.
I raised Dak on comms.
You what?
I try to call Dak on the comm link.
You guys are together now. You guys have caught up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought I
You
was
still
behind
can. It'll just be weird.
Dak.
Be like, well, where to, Lan?
I hate it when this happens.
So yeah, you kind of come out to an opening here. Lan, if you want, give me another survival check. Man,
Oh,
Even with
Rough.
advantage.
do you wanna
So
inspo that?
yeah, I think I will.
I'm sure you got two of them.
Do I re-roll again with advantage or re-roll normal?
I mean, yeah, yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Because it's based on your skill, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, there you go. So you come up and thinking you lost the trail, but then you do spot little traces of whatever the food residue was that this feline walked through, and you see little traces of it run out towards the exit of the resort.
I turn to Dak and Valen and say, follow the soup and follow those soupy tracks.
Sounds good to me.
Can I try to call Krellin and try to coordinate? And I mean, I guess it's hard for Lan to tell where he is in the resort since he's just kind of running along and following. But
Mhm.
you know, I think Lan would want to open up comms with Krellin and keep a line open there.
Yeah, absolutely. Anything specific?
Grelin, I'm not sure exactly where we are down here, but I'm hot on this cat's trail.
You've
What have
come
you
out in like the main level of the resort now. you
Okay,
guys.
I'm
Yeah.
not back in the back
Nope.
tunnels anymore.
Yeah.
Okay.
Grelin, where are you? What have you got up there? I know you went up to the main level.
Mhm. So a couple seconds later, you sort of hear like almost like a cough, like, yeah, I'm here on the main level. The elevator is just arriving now, and then stepping out and like wiping his face off.
So I would say like you guys, like Krellin would be more in the south area of the resort,
Okay.
and you guys, the rest of you, would be more on the west side. There's kind of like a lot of just open entrances around this whole place, so you can kind of walk in and out everywhere. So you guys are on the west side, kind of like you've gone out of the building proper, if you will, a little bit. So you're kind of in the outside area.
Krellin, this killer is gonna smell like fish soup. We're in the West Wing in pursuit, but appear to have lost the trail here.
Which direction are you heading? Like from where they are they going like north? Or are they going east, south?
They're going west out. Yeah.
Oh, they're going further west.
Yeah.
Colin's like, I'll catch up eventually. And he'll just begin running as fast as he can through the halls in the westward direction.
Okay. Lan, if you want, you can give another survival check.
Okay.
Valen and Dak, you can give perception or investigation as well.
Valen's gonna reach out with the force again, see what he can see. You said perception?
Yes.
All right. Can I do guidance on that?
Yep.
Good thing.
All right. So, Lan, you think you pick up on a trail again, and Valen, you reach out through the forest and you pick up on a presence that is out in. You guys are kind of in. There's a lot of like landscaping and foliage here outside of the resort now, and you see some movement among some of this tall like bushes and grass, and you sense a presence that way.
I'll tap Dak's shoulder and just kind of point non-verbally towards where they might be. And I assume Lan also saw it.
Yeah, Lan's going.
Follow the crazy Duros.
All right, Lan, give me a perception check.
Okay.
Nice. You're on your way there, and you get to the little area here where you think this, and you begin to realize like this stuff is not that tall. Either this person's like army crawling or something, and then all of a sudden you hear a little.
Oh Lord.
Lan gets on hands and knees and says,
Here, killer.
Give me an animal handling check, please.
Oh no, is it like an actual cat we're looking for?
Yeah, I think so. That's kind of what I just.
You hear another little.
Oh god.
And then eventually you do see two little ears pop out of the tall grasses, and a cat does walk out. A loth cat that you might recognize. You do see it's got a collar, but it doesn't have a tag or anything on that. And it is tan with some red markings.
Lan,
Jack looks down at Lan as he's trying to, call this cat, and just has this look of utter disbelief and just say, "You've got to be kidding me, Lan. You've
Lan,
got us into some real screwed up jobs before. This might be a new low."
Lan is pulling out some rations out of his pack, holding it out, saying, "Here, kitty," and turns to Dak and says,
Are you kidding? This is no fight required, no shots fired. This is one of the best jobs we've ever had.
Let's
like
just
to-
make sure that none of the people we work with on a regular basis hear about this little job. We'll never hear the end of it.
Quite the reputation.
Krellin, as you are rushing to catch them up, a gentleman, you're not paying attention, still stuffing burgers in your face, whatnot, and a gentleman comes up and calls out to you, says, "Excuse me, sir. You don't even hear him, call you out by name."
Colin just sort of skids around and then whips his gun out in the face, still eating the burger.
And immediately just hands up, and you see Eltar. And he's like, "Oh, sir, please, no, excuse me, I'm so sorry."
He sort of just holds it there for a few seconds, takes another bite, and then he puts it away.
Says, I was trying to contact you, but or your friend, Mr. Jolt, the guest that I contacted him about, she's growing impatient, and just wondered if you'd gained any progress.
I'm certain they have ended up in the same kilometer or 3 as the quarry. They're very capable trackers.
Over the comms, Lan says,
Krellin, the target has been acquired.
And with that, he just sort of goes like, "See, I never lost faith."
And Eltar that says, that is excellent news. I will tell Lady Olin right away. As I said, she's waiting in my personal office. If you want to bring, if your companions can bring the Akori, I'm sure it would be great to reunite them.
Very well. And then Carlin will just sort of nod, turn around, and head towards west. She doesn't know exactly where they are, but he's going to keep going west.
So you're like right there. You're not too far away. You can see the opening out to the outside, and then shortly in the distance, you see the group of your companions there. And I likely would notice that Lan probably has something in his arms.
Colin will say, "So do we get to shoot it at all, or is this just..." He looks kind of disappointed, like, "Well, this isn't very fun." But puts his weapon away, like, "All right, I guess fine."
The target has been acquired, alive and unharmed, as contracted.
A job well done.
Indeed. Now time to meet the client that Drago Pellis has been brokering me with.
Well, I suppose then we just head back, or head
Gentlemen,
towards the office.
we do have one loose end. We did kind of just run away from the table and not pay for anything.
Oh, don't worry. I left Lan's card and business information. He'll be charged. It's no problem.
I'm going to write that off as a business expense.
All right. I guess that's the life. I'm here to learn.
Jedi don't
Technically, it
have
is
to
a
pay
business
taxes.
expense.
We don't have income. Why would we pay taxes on?
Perhaps all of the assets that the Jedi Temple owns, but I am not an intergalactic certified accountant.
It was gifted by the Republic. Thank you very much. It is a gift. It is not taxable
Oh, there's gift tax.
on over certain amounts. But, you know, you space it out over 25,000 years and you tend to not have to pay a tax. It's just how it works.
Well, see, I simply just don't pay them. But
There you go. So you guys head back to meet with Miss Olin.
we do.
All right. So you head to Eltar's office there, and you come inside, and he has a little bit of like a seating area. You know, he's got his work area and a desk, but there's also like, you know, a few kind of sofas and whatnot. And you see as you come in, you see this, you know, younger, just beautiful looking female, dressed very well. And as you come in, and Lan, if you come in, are you still carrying the cat?
yeah.
Yeah, and immediately she just reacts. It's just, "Killer! Oh my goodness, my dear Killer! Oh, thank you so very much. I've been worried sick. And the cat just kind of like leaps out of your arms and trots over to her.
For future reference, you should give more specific detail about your target when contracting a bounty hunter. It may have been useful information for me to know the relative size and species of your feline quarry.
She looks a little frustrated at that, and then she kind of, you can tell she's saying it to herself. And she says, "That darn Pellis," and then addresses you and says, "I assume that my liaison did not provide those additional details.
He did not.
Drago apparently feels that this cat is not worthy of his time or effort, and perhaps gave you a false sense of what it is you were after."
Well, that is neither here nor there. All that matters is that the job was completed as contracted. Land Jolt always gets his target.
She's now looking at the cat, just like making faces to it and giving it lots of scritches and whatnot, and it says, "Yes, absolutely. I thank you all so very much." She looks at the tank. She's like, "Oh," and like she's noticing that it's missing its name tag, and then says, "But yes, of course." And she heads to you, Lan, and says, "Of course, job completed. Your compensation," and hands out a credit chip, like a data, whatever, Star Wars credit card, gift card, if you will, of
Only usable at the resort.
she says the $5,000 or 5,000 credits that was promised, and an additional 2,500 for your efforts. Do understand that I appreciate this very much.
Thank you kindly, and the bonus is greatly appreciated. Remember, Land Jolt for all of your bounty hunting needs.
Absolutely. Are you all bounty hunters? She kind of like very questioningly looks at each of you.
These
No.
are
I am today.
Nope. Dak Joran transports.
What a resume. Transports.
Transports, that's right.
She says, "Oh, interesting. Specialize in anything, or if it's got to move, you'll move it?"
That's exactly right. Move cargo, no questions asked.
She says, "My apologies. My name is Sella Olin. Nice to meet you, Dak, Lan," and turns to the other two of you.
Krellin will speak up and just sort of say, "Krellin, private investigator of sorts."
And then Valen, she turns to you.
I'm Valen. I am a bounty hunter apprentice in training. I guess you could say. Job shadowing today. That's really all this was.
Very nice. I would say that I expect you have an excellent teacher, mentor.
Take your
she
Padawan
says-
to work day.
Says, "But yes, I'm here visiting, vacationing while my father is trying to do some business with the droids on Uffle here in the system. But Mr. Joran, if he's able to secure this deal, there may be some transports needed for what's going on. Just as an additional thank you for bringing back Little Killer, I'd be happy to put you in touch with him."
I'd be more than happy to meet with your father and see if we could do business together.
Excellent. And she just, she mentions that she'll put you guys in contact, and you get an idea that, that'd probably be a pretty darn good connection. She definitely just oozes opulence and whatnot, with, and just being on the resort here, you can tell. And give me, I guess, lore checks. I think you can see this with a lore check.
Is that all of us or just?
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
+9 to lore. Damn. No.
Expertise. I only have it in the useless skills.
I know. I was like, if all the skills get expertise in, lore, which
Oh, I
comes up
know.
very infrequently.
Yeah. Insight,
Let's
investigation,
see.
lore, and perception. I guess they're not all useless, but
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, the perception's good, and then
Perception's
Yeah,
useful.
lore's a little.
I know. Well, I'm like, he's not a stealthy dude. He's doesn't steal from people.
All right, Krellin, you would. So I mean, this female, she looks very, basically human, but she's very beautiful and whatnot. And as you kind of try and put some pieces together, you also notice that her eyes look a little bit off. And you think that you make a decent educated guess that she's a Hapen.
All right. Interesting to know. I don't know anything as a person about the Hapen, so but I
know
saw
all about him.
I know. I was gonna say I saw that look in
It's like, all
Earl
right.
Valen's eyes over there. He's like, "Oh, I know what that is."
But Valen unfortunately doesn't know in the moment.
All right. So, if no other conversation,
Yeah, before they leave, Dak is going to take the killer name tag that he found previously and walk over to what was her name again?
Stella?
Sella, Sella, Olin, Ol.
Yeah, she's gonna walk over to them and said, I almost forgot. Can't have little killer out roaming around without his name tag, and he'll take it out and kind of give the cat a little scratch on top of the head and look at Sella and say, I look forward to talking with your father and hope our paths cross again someday.
She gives you a nod and says, absolutely. I will let my father, Armand, I will put him in touch with you, certainly. It would be great to have somebody here within the system that can help with his business endeavor.
And of course, if you need anything else while you're here at the resort, be sure to let us know.
Certainly. And then she kind of gives you all another nod, gives a nod to Eltar, says, Eltar, thank you once again. And then she heads off.
Krellin will lean over to Lan and say, sort of whisper, is that Dak's form of flirting? Wasn't very impressive, but I suppose he tried.
Trust me, you'll know when Dak is flirting.
Wonderful. I look forward to it.
Eltar thanks you all as well. Says, Miss Olin is a very special guest for us. Turns to you, Dak, says, getting in with her father would be quite beneficial. So that's excellent that you'd be able to maybe find that opportunity. But you have done well here, so I thank you for helping out one of our guests. If you'd like to stay the evening, that is on the house. I will, give you guys dinner on the house as well. So relax, enjoy yourselves for the evening. We have some great live entertainment tonight as well. And thank you again.
It has been a pleasure.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
All
Much
right.
Thank you very
appreciated.
much.
You guys are able to head out for the evening if you want. Take them up on that stay and enjoy the rest of the evening at the resort, and head out in the next day.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, as they're walking away, Krellin's eating another burger. Very squished and messy, but
As you leave, you guys hear, you kind of hear this like flap of the stride, and then all of a sudden there's just this kind of squeaky voice that yells out, "Oh, Mr. Jolt, you to come and do the diving lessons?"
Krellin cocks his gun. No, I'm just kidding.
End scene. Yes,
Lan is absolutely doing those diving lessons. I've already deducted the 500 credits from my sheet.
That's great.
gotta save. You just got $7,500. You can go on that safari now.
Yeah.
Nah, Lan can't do it just out of principle.
Alrighty, so good job on rescuing Little Killer. That is where we end tonight. Good session, guys. We will get back into some Living Force Among the Stars adventures next week. As we
I
go
guess,
from
yeah.
there. So.
Lan, I guess you were right about it being an ironic nickname to a degree, just not exactly what I expected.
Jack, actually, give me a check with your arms tech. Do you have arms tech tools?
I think I would have picked them up. I don't
You
know
said
that I
you have
shopped them.
proficiency, right?
Yeah, that was the tool, one of the tool proficiencies I picked up.
Just to install your items.
Oh, right.
And we could do this offline too, but I think you got to get a DC 14 to install them. So each one.
That'd be a intelligence check
Yeah, likely.
plus proficiency.
Yes.
Oh no.
Oof. Okay, so you go in and attempt to install the first one, and just like it fusses with you, and you struggle with it, and you just you get frustrated, and you're like, I'll try that again, and then you go and try your other one.
All right.
All right, your the other one does install.
All right.
So you can give that other one a try in another day.
Okay.
See how that goes. So, all right. Anything else, guys, before we wrap up?
We're gonna have any downtime between?
Yeah.
now and
Yep.
next
Oh,
session?
yeah. We'll probably have. I'll look at what it looks like, but at least a week, maybe probably. Maybe some more of that.
Okay. I think Lan's gonna finally start studying Sabak while he's at the resort for downtime.
Nice. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
That's
for
exciting.
sure. So if you can definitely do that. You could get some help from your counterparts as well. But yeah, that's definitely doable. So
More than happy to help teach Lan Sabak.
Yeah,
Your lessons are expensive, Jack.
He did not pay us after all. So
Oh no, you guys got paid. Lan always pays when it's fair.
it's fair.
Yeah.
So I guess we got what about.
you
Well,
don't have a horrible gambling, diet. You're the same as everybody else at a D8. You just don't have the proficiency, which I mean that hurts, but there's certain you just had horrible rolls the last time.
But I actually like that because that's sort of the
Right.
character flaw.
Yeah, for sure.
So what are the gambling skills again?
So we're adding wisdom. It's basically the three mental abilities, if you want to call them.
So wisdom, intelligence, and
And-
charisma.
Yeah, yep. We
Okay.
decided to add wisdom, so kind of like insight, perception. It made enough sense because I used them in another game, and they asked about using that. It's like, yeah, because I don't think like when Indy and I were kind of working these up, I don't think there was any like valid reason that we didn't include wisdom. So
Okay.
yeah.
So what is the D8 and all that?
So your ability score determines your gambling dice. It starts at a 0. You have actually a D4 at disadvantage, and then it goes up each die: D4, D6, D8, D10, D12, up to +5, which is what you. So you would have a D12 as gambling.
I should start gambling.
So, but you don't have. You don't have proficiency in any gambling kit, so you don't get to add your proficiency. So
Don't
you would
need
just
it.
be a straight D12. So I mean,
D12, and then it's you. Oh, you
Nope,
add
just
no
D12.
modifier to it. Just D12.
just D12. Yep. Yeah.
Okay.
So the other guys have proficiency in a gambling kit, so they get to add their proficiency. So helps out a little bit there. You get
I
that
see how that
static
works. Okay.
bonus, but yeah.
Maybe that's order 67. The order falls. Jedi go to gamble to build funds to rebuild everything.
Indeed. So
All right.
all right.
Well, that was after a while there. I started thinking, I'm like, number one, we didn't check the hotel staff. Maybe we're looking for someone who's like right there the whole time. And I'm like, and what a weird place to send us to. The one place a cat wouldn't want to go. Just it has everything they don't like. And then when he said something ran into the kitchen, we didn't see anything run into the kitchen. I'm like,
Krellin
how
saw
the-
somebody,
There's-
but it was yeah.
I was gonna say I'd like to imagine Krellin saw the cat, but was like so busy eating the food that he's just like, "Well, it's a cat. I don't care."
Oh, a cat. Cool. And we never bothered asking. I mean, it kind of makes sense. Don't hurt it. And no damage whatsoever. Because I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
if we had done anything, it had like 1 hit point and would have died.
Krellin was ready to shoot. Whatever.
Yeah, we know you are. Yeah, after a certain point, I started piecing it together. I'm like, oh, are we after a fucking cat? Is that what we're really after?
It is what we were technically sent after. We just
Did the
overthought
job.
it.
What was the original thing that the Bounty Hunters Guild said it was?
So no, it was this guy, like a liaison, whatever.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
He just said like, yeah, my client has this, an acquisition. It's very important. Yeah, it was just kind of skirting around it.
Extremely vague.
Yeah,
Okay.
vague, like maybe thinking like, he did kind of stress that, didn't want it to be harmed or anything, but from your conversation with Sella at the end there, you might pick up that he could have cared less, and whatever. So, but yeah,
Happens, huh?
yeah. So yeah, you guys, we can
Only Carlin knew
downtime.
there's the significance of that.
Can do
There's
some
so much to
downtime
unpack there.
chat. You guys, while you guys are still in the casino, if you want, maybe go patch up your relations with your Deveronian friend.
Yeah, maybe we can find those guys again. A little round table.
Yeah, go find their room.
Oh.
With her father there? Is that